Good evening. The tour, right? It's Siman Nun Vav. A few reasons why they instituted the Kaddish to be in Aramaic, to be in Aramaic, and not in regular Hebrew. He says that the Kaddish is so powerful that if the angels would understand what we were saying, they would be jealous. There would be a judgment on us. Therefore, the Chachamim made it in a language the angels don't understand. And which language the angels don't understand? Aramaic. He brings another reason. He says because most people in that time, when the Chazal instituted Ashiknei Segdolah, they made the great men of assembly, the sages, they made this prayer. The people at that time spoke mostly Aramaic. So therefore, in order that this great prayer should be understood by the people, the institute should be in Aramaic. The Ben Ish Chai in Parashat Vayechi, he writes that the Kaddish is such a powerful prayer. It's used in the prayers as a bridge between different parts of the prayers. He says, for example, Shachrit, you have the Korbanot, and you have the parts of the Tefillah before Pesukei Zimra. It's corresponding to the world of Asiyah. And it's going to the next world of what? Of Yetzirah. So you need to connect those spiritual worlds, and the connector, the bridge, is the Kaddish. So that's the Kaddish right before Hodu. And then afterwards, you're going to have Pesukei Zimra, Baruch Shamar. You go finish Baruch Shamar, you finish Ishtabach. You're going to go to the next part of the prayers, the Birchot Shema. You're going to go from Yetzirah to Bria. You need another bridge, another Kaddish. And then finally, before you have the Shema and the after blessings of Shema, right before Amidah, you're going to have Amidah, and afterwards, you're going to have to come back down. You're going to go to Atzilut, you have to come back down. You need the Kaddishim again. And you have many Kaddishim after the Amidah afterwards. So you see, the bridge, the Kaddish is like a bridge to go up and to finally come back down through the spiritual worlds. This is what the place of the Kaddish, what it represents. Anywho, the person has to know that when you're saying the Kaddish, there are many halachot that apply. For example, the Halichot Olam and the Kaf HaChaim both bring that really Darkei Moshe, who talks about where a person has to stand. Minhag Ashkenaz is to stand during the Kaddish, and the Minhag Sfaradim, the Arizal argued on the Darkei Moshe. They argue if there's such a Yerushalmi or not. But the Arizal said that Minhag Sfaradim is not to stand during the Kaddish. However, if you're already standing, there a person should stay standing during the Kaddish until Yesh Merabah. Until Yesh Merabah, he can already sit down at that point. But if it's already sitting, he was already sitting while the Kaddish started, he can stay sitting. Also, the person has to know that when he's saying the Kaddish, when the Chot Olam writes, preferably you should stand like you're saying Amidah. You should put 2 feet together. He should not be standing like this, saying the Kaddish. He should be having 2 feet together as if he's praying Amidah. Very powerful prayer, the Kaddish. Also, the person has to know there's 5 times you bow during the Kaddish. Shulchan Aruch writes Siman Nun Vav. You have to bow when a person says Yitgadal. A person bows when he says Yesh Merabah, and he says Yibarach. He bows multiple times during the Amidah, and he has to pay attention to the Sidur and mark for himself, if preferably Shav Sidur tells you where to bow, and a person should bow at the proper times during the Kaddish. There are different minhagim when to bow during the Kaddish, but that's according to Shulchan Aruch. Also, a person should not pass in front of people saying the Kaddish, just like they're saying Amidah. You cannot pass in front of people saying Kaddish. Also, you should not pass. You should not pass in front of a person saying Kaddish, just like the Amidah. And lastly, a lot of times people do the Oseh Shalom. They have to take the 3 steps back first before they say Oseh Shalom. The person should not be saying Oseh Shalom b'mamav, taking 3 steps back. He should first take 3 steps back, and then finally, after he took the 3 steps, then Oseh Shalom b'mamav, and then say the whole thing. Not while he's taking the 3 steps back. And B'ezrat Hashem, hopefully with these halachot, Hashem will accept this holy prayer of the Kaddish. There's another beautiful story I read, that there was a person who didn't have children, didn't get married for a long time, and he went to one of these Friday night tishon, one of the Rebbes, and he was desperate to get married. He wanted to get married already, and he goes to one of the Rebbes, and he asked the Rebbe for, somehow he got close to the rabbi for a second. He asked the rabbi Friday night for a bracha that he should get married. He says, the rabbi said to him, I'll give you a bracha, you get married, if you make sure every Shabbat, once you have kids, once you get married, once you have kids, you dance, you sing this Oy 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 Shabbat Kodesh with your children, with your wife. You have to sing the Oy Oy Shabbat Kodesh like this every Shabbat. So he said to him, no problem. He gave him the bracha and he accepted the segula. So he goes, he gets married, and he does it every week. Every week, after he got married, he's singing this song with his family. Finally, he had a baby girl. After finally getting married and having children, he had a baby girl. And he said the first week they came home with the baby, he told his wife, I'm going to go bring the baby. I'm going to go sing Oy Oy Shabbos Kodesh with the baby. He said, the wife said to him, what do you need this? The baby, she's sleeping. We need the baby to sing the Joy Shabbos Kodesh. Leave her alone. What is this gula going to do? You leave it alone. He said, no, I promised the rabbi. The rabbi said. He goes upstairs to bring the baby downstairs. He sings the song, and all of a sudden, while he's singing, he hears a big boom. He hears a huge boom upstairs, and what happened? The huge shkaf, huge closet next to where the crib was, fell forwards. The legs broke, it fell forward, and crashed the crib where the baby was sleeping. He said, b'schut this, that he listened to the rabbi, and what the rabbi said, he had emunat chachamim, and he did this gula every week. He got saved from this big takala. So we see the koach of listening to the chachamim.